So have you had a moment when you're saying calm down to your child is in the middle of a tantrum, maybe at home or outside of the home, and you're like, calm down. But as you're saying calm down, the pitch of your child's cry is climbing even higher and higher and getting louder and all of that. And you are at loss and you don't know what to do. Hey, you're welcome. I am Choma Okuli and I am an early years parent coach. So when your child is in the middle of a tantrum and is not listening to you or calming words or initiatives, what do you do? I'm going to tell you two things that you do. The first one is to be calm yourself. This is the first principle. You could say, but I'm a human being. The cry is too much, blah, 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 and all of that. You are a human being. I understand that. I'm a mother of three. And so I understand what this can look like. But hey, you're somebody's daughter, yes, but you are a bigger somebody's daughter here. And as far as your child is concerned, you're the mommy or you're the daddy, and you should have it figured out. Yes, they trust you that much. So whatever you do, please be calm. It's not easy. It's not easy. It can be tricky, but please be calm. Let your words and your expressions speak calm. Speak calmness. So how do you do it? If it means walking away from the room where your child is, or maybe your child is playing with the siblings, if it means taking the child away from that spot and maybe taking the child to their room or to your own room or just a different space, allow the child, drop the child and allow the child to cry. See, one of the effective ways of managing tantrum is to allow the child have his or her way. Allow the child cry and just stay there. Don't say anything. You could go with a book and just be reading a book, or you could be doing something else, like cutting your fingernails or something. But just get busy and be there. Be present. Get busy. Be doing something. Be reading your book. And then maybe at some point when you feel the child had cried enough, just look at the child. That look with calmness on your face says, I'm here for you. If you want us to talk, we can talk. And if the child is slowing down the cry, you can stretch your hand. If the child reaches out for your hand, then it means the child is ready for conversation. And then you can bring the child up and address whatever thing that made him or her upset. So, first thing, maintain calmness in your words and expression. Two, allow the child what I call the full course of their tantrum or the full course of their cry, provided the environment is conducive, especially if you are home. Especially if you are home. So I'll give you a quick story of a similar thing that happened in my house recently. So my son is about 5 years. Yes, he'll be 5 years this August. Okay, and then my daughter will be 3 years in September. So the two of them were playing in the parlor, and then something, I don't know what happened exactly, but my son started crying. Okay, no, it was an incident between my son and my niece. So my son started crying. My niece tried to resolve it, but he kept the cry kept going higher, higher and higher. I was in my room and I just came out. Okay, my son had gone into the room on his own. I was sitting in his room. So I just picked the book I was reading and went from my room to his room and laid on his bed. He was sitting on the floor and leaning on the bed. So I just laid on the bed and I was quiet reading my book. So at some point, I noticed that he would take some seconds of break and then he'll start crying again. He would take some seconds of break and then he'll start. So I started looking at him and he's turned his gaze and matched mine. Then I stretched forward my hand and he reached out for my hand and said, come. He came. And then we laid on the bed. I was like, what happened? He told me what it was that happened, and then I said, okay. And then you felt overwhelmed and you were crying. I said, okay. I said, that's fine. You felt angry and you felt frustrated, and that was fine. Okay. So what do we do next time? We had that conversation of what you would have done later, and then what he should go and tell the auntie at the moment so that they will resolve the issue finally. Because I noticed that even though he had stopped crying, he was still not relaxed. He needed a closure sort of with the auntie. And so I said, I told him, okay, you can go to the kitchen and tell your auntie. So what do you tell your auntie when you get to the kitchen? We went through that and everybody was fine. So when you say calm down, your child is not coming down, do these two things. Embody calmness yourself and allow your child time, and then reach out for a reconciliation. All right. If this is your first time of watching our Friday's clip, our Friday's shortly clip, do well and hit the subscription button because this is coming your way every Friday. Right? All right. And do not forget that I am Choma Okoli, your LEA's parent coach. And you have videos like this. We have the long Monday lives that long videos on that hold on Monday lives that follows a curriculum every month. And then our weekend short videos could be on anything that will help you have a fulfilling weekend. All right. Do have a beautiful day ahead.